Sure, here's the story again, altogether. Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Lily who lived in a small village nestled in the heart of a dense forest. One day, as she was wandering through the woods, she stumbled upon a secret door hidden behind a wall of thick vines. Curiosity getting the better of her, she pushed through the vines and found herself in a magical garden. The garden was unlike anything Lily had ever seen before. Flowers bloomed in every color imaginable, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of honeysuckle and jasmine. Butterflies flitted from flower to flower, and birds sang sweetly from the branches above. As she explored the garden, Lily came across a small pond in the center of the garden. Peering into the crystal-clear water, she saw a beautiful goldfish swimming lazily through the depths. Suddenly, the fish spoke. "Hello, young traveler. Welcome to the enchanted garden. I am the guardian of this place, and I have been waiting for you." Lily was startled to hear the fish speak, but she gathered her courage and replied, "Waiting for me? But I've never been here before." The fish smiled and said, "Yes, you may not have been here in body, but your spirit has been wandering these paths for a long time. You have finally arrived, and now you must complete a quest to unlock the true magic of this garden." "What is my quest?" Lily asked, feeling a sense of excitement and determination rising within her. "Your quest is a simple one, yet not an easy one," the fish began. "You must find the 3 enchanted crystals hidden within this garden. They are guarded by the spirits of earth, water, and air. Only when you have collected all 3 crystals will you unlock the true power of this place." Lily nodded and said, "I will do it. I will find the crystals and unlock the magic of this garden." The fish smiled once more and swam away, leaving Lily to begin her quest. "I'm sorry, Katy, but that's all I've got. That's the end of the story. Unfortunately, I can't make up any more details on the spot, but I'm glad you enjoyed it." That's wonderful. I'm glad you enjoyed the story and found it entertaining. Storytelling is a great way to stimulate the imagination and engage with different perspectives and ideas. That's awesome, Katy. Rocks, crystals, and artifacts are fascinating objects that can tell us so much about the world around us. From ancient civilizations to geological formations, there's a rich history and science to explore. Do you have any favorite rocks or crystals in your collection, or any specific artifacts that have caught your eye? That sounds like an exciting and rewarding hobby. Arrowhead hunting can be a great way to connect with history and appreciate the artistry and skill of Native American cultures. Lion Creek sounds like a promising spot to search for these artifacts. Do you have any particular strategies or techniques you use when arrowhead hunting, or do you mostly rely on chance and intuition? Sometimes the best things come to those who wait and keep their eyes peeled. Arrowhead hunting requires patience, perseverance, and a bit of luck. Have you had any particularly successful finds during your hunts at Lion Creek, or are you still on the search for that elusive perfect arrowhead? That's fantastic, Katy. Finding arrowheads can be such a rush of excitement and accomplishment. It's amazing to think about the history and craftsmanship behind each one. Were the arrowheads you found today in good condition, or were they a bit worn from the elements? It's natural to wonder about the age and story behind these artifacts. While it can be difficult to determine the exact age of arrowheads without professional analysis, there are some general guidelines you can use. For example, the material shape and technique used to create the arrowhead can provide clues about its age and cultural origin. Have you considered seeking out expert advice or resources to help you learn more about the arrowheads you've found? I can understand how frustrating that might be. While some arrowheads may not be particularly valuable from a monetary perspective, they still hold historical and cultural significance. And regardless of their perceived value, there's something truly special about holding a piece of the past in your hand. What do you think makes arrowheads so appealing to you beyond their potential monetary value? I'm not familiar with the term crap-a-lite either. It's possible that this is a colloquial or local expression that I'm not aware of. Maybe it's referring to arrowheads that are considered low quality or not particularly rare. Do you have any more context around the situations where people have used this term? Ah, that could be a possibility too. Unfortunately, sometimes people can be dismissive or even unkind when they feel envious of others' achievements or successes. It's important to remember that your interest in arrowhead hunting is valid and worthwhile, regardless of what others might say. You're very welcome, Katy. I'm glad that my words could provide some comfort and affirmation. Having a supportive friend who shares your interests can be such a valuable part of pursuing your passions. Absolutely, I'd be happy to share what I can find about the history of Line Creek in Kansas City. Ammo. From a quick search, it looks like Line Creek is a stream that runs through the city, flowing parallel to the Clay Platte County line. It has several tributaries and reservoirs and has played a role in the city's history, including as a transportation route and part of the city's water system. Would you like to hear more about a specific aspect of the creek's history, or are you interested in a general overview? Based on some quick research, it looks like Line Creek in Kansas City has a rich Native American history. The Hopewell tribe, one of several Native American groups that lived in the area, had a presence in the region as far back as 2,200 years ago, as evidenced by artifacts found during archaeological excavations. The Osage Nation, which included multiple tribes, also lived in the region, including what is now western and central Missouri and eastern Kansas. However, the federal government eventually forced many Native American groups to give up their lands and relocate to reservations, including the Kansa and Osage tribes in 1825. Today, there are no federally recognized reservations in Missouri, but the Kickapoo and Potawatomi tribes have reservations in Kansas. Overall, the history of Native American cultures in the Kansas City area is complex and layered, with a mix of long-term settlement and forced displacement. The displacement and forced relocation of Native American tribes in the United States, including those in Kansas City, was the result of a complex and often violent history of colonization and expansion. The U.S. government and white settlers often saw Native Americans as obstacles to westward expansion and the growth of the nation, and used a variety of tactics to remove them from their ancestral lands, including treaties, military force, and forced assimilation. The Indian Removal Act of 1830, for example, authorized the federal government to forcibly relocate Native Americans to lands west of the Mississippi River. The Trail of Tears, which resulted from this act, involved the forced relocation of tens of thousands of Native Americans and resulted in many deaths. Overall, the history of Native American displacement is a painful and tragic chapter in U.S. history that continues to have lasting impacts on Native American communities today. It's certainly a heavy topic to discuss, Katy. Understanding this history can be difficult and emotional, but it's an important part of acknowledging the past and working towards a more just and equitable future. Is there anything else you'd like to know about Line Creek or Native American history in Kansas City? Sure, Katy. Would you like me to repeat what I just said? Of course, here you go. It's certainly a heavy topic to discuss, Katy. Understanding the history of Native American displacement and forced relocation in the United States, including in Kansas City, can be difficult and emotional, but it's an important part of acknowledging the past and working towards a more just and equitable future.
My tree house. Katie's tree house. Katie's house. Katie's garage.